if you could completely change your life before the year ends? Not next year, but right now. Welcome back to another episode of Seriously, the Claudia Project, your morning show, your daily morning show, where we talk about motivation, lifestyle, and showing up for yourself one day at a time. And I'm your host, Claudia. Let's talk about how to use the last stretch of 2025 to really check in and make sure you're doing all of the things you set out to do at the beginning of the year. So, 1, we need to revisit our goals. I know it feels like forever ago that we wrote down all of the things you wanted to do this year. No matter if you do yours on your birthday or when the actual new year hits, now is the time right before the holidays really kick into action to relook at your goals and set out exactly how you're going to master the end of this year. You have a little less than 90 days, which is a lot of time to really make a change and go into 2026. Can you believe that it's going to be 2026? Because I, for one, cannot. But go into 2026 feeling your best. I know for years I have put it off, and I'm very bad at I'll start tomorrow, and then tomorrow just absolutely never comes. And so focusing right now on what those goals were and then taking little steps every single day to kind of accomplish them. Those are the goals. So step 1, let's revisit them and figure out, are these goals still things that we want to accomplish? Have we made any strides towards them? And then let's look at the reasons that things haven't worked out over the span of the last 10 months. Don't give yourself a hard time. Don't beat yourself up. That's something I have to remind myself. Life does life. And so it totally makes sense why you might not have reached your goals, been able to focus on them. But spending even just 10 to 15 minutes looking out exactly what you wanted to do, deciding if those things are still important, if you've crossed any of them off the list, and then making actual plan to how you're going to achieve them, right? So step 2, focus on daily change. We're not going to be thinking about 2026 right now. We're only going to be thinking about how you can show up for yourself every single day, just a little tiny bit to make those little tiny changes. So for fitness, can we get more protein in? If you're focused on your finances, can you save from every single check $50 every check? Maybe it's only $25. It can be something small, incremental. Instead of going to get coffee every week, maybe you take that $10 or $15, depending on what you're ordering at this point, and putting that in your savings account every single time you're like, oh, I could go get a coffee. Put that in your savings account and make a coffee at home, Those kind of small, little tiny adjustments will make a huge difference and really will put you ahead of 99 other people who have no intention on starting anything, right? So focus on one daily change a day on each of your goals and keep moving forward with them. Number 3, build momentum with micro wins. Small proof every single day. So things are not going to change overnight. I am definitely one who has to remember this. Just because you post one TikTok today, if your goal is to start posting more consistently on Instagram or TikTok, I guess I'd say, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you're going to blow up big, but maybe you go from 30 views to 40 views, and that's a big deal, right? Your savings account all of a sudden is not going to go from having $0 in it to having $1 million in it, but $5 every paycheck is more than you had to begin with, and you need to start counting those wins. At the end of the week, look back over the week and see this week I accomplished X, Y, and Z. And then next week you'll have something to actually build on, and it won't feel like starting from zero, because truthfully speaking, that is the hardest place to start from. Trust me, I understand. I am with you here. But every single day, it's just those pictures of the rocks where they're rolling and it just rocks, I guess dirt. They're just picking things up, barrels of hay, I don't know, and they just get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what this activity is going to be about. So if we start it right now, by the time you get to 2026, honey, you're going to be a professional. You're going to just be turning them over, right? Number 4, end of year mindset shift. Progress over perfect timing. So this is a super huge one. I think the shift mentally is what's the hardest. Most of us are looking at people who are professionals in whatever it is we're trying to do. And so, you're looking at finance moguls who have millions of dollars and they're telling you where to invest and how to do these things. You need to start much smaller and know that you're in a different space, and they once had to start there too. What I like to do is go to your favorite finance person who talks about money and go to their social media and then rewind to the longest video ago that they have where they're still figuring it out, and that will be a better test of time for where you kind of are. I also think looking for people who are in similar situations that you're in. That way you have someone to talk to who's in a similar place. It just gives you like a better reflection of the work that you're doing, and it won't make you feel like you're not doing enough, which is definitely not what we want as you enter into the new year, right? That doesn't mean that we don't get to have people that we're aspiring to be, but it definitely means that we need to remember where we're starting, and that, again, starting from zero is always really hard, and it's never going to look as pretty as what people on the internet make it out to seem, right? This year isn't over, and I think it's super important right now in October, and this is something I'm taking with me as well, is like, there's so much time left to accomplish so many things, and so don't let yourself get caught up in like oh, it's the end of the year, I've let this whole year pass already, there's really nothing I can do, I might as well just give in and enjoy myself for the rest of the year. Think about how much more you will enjoy the rest of this year and entering into 2026 if you take these next 2.5 months and really dial in and focus on your goals and start making those little tiny steps. Truly, game. All right, let's get into our Seriously segment. So we're going to go up in 90 seconds? 90 seconds, not 90 minutes, guys. This is a 15-minute episode, so like, sorry. So the Seriously Glow Up episode, the Seriously Glow Up segment today is about adding in a midday movement reset. I know that this can be challenging. I know for me, I will put it off. And thankfully, because I have my walking desk, I don't have to worry about this so much. But what I want all of us to do, especially as the season starts to change, get out during your lunch for at least 10 minutes, and I want you to just get some outdoor walking in. The 10-minute walk will help you refocus, reset your mood, and like it's just an instant reset for your day. So set a timer. It can be at 12, it can be at 11:30, whenever your break is. Maybe you don't have like a traditional work environment, and so you're like, Claudia, I don't really take lunch at 12, I don't get to work till 12. Whenever lunch might be for you, that's when I want you to take this 10-minute walk. Put your phone in your pocket and just reset. Pick a song, maybe 2, that just like keep you calm and reset for the day. List out why you're there, those kind of things, and just get outside, get some fresh air, get yourself moving around just a little bit, just to reset with the world. It's really nice to get out and just have the sun, or I guess maybe it could not be sunny where you are, I don't know. But here in Atlanta, for the most part, it's pretty sunny in the middle of the day. So get out, see what's going on, reset your day, and then come back. You'll feel more refreshed. And I want you to try doing this every single day. Comment down below. I'll definitely be doing it, so I'll be commenting, and I'm excited to talk to you guys during that little 10-minute segment. Maybe we'll do a live during that time. That could be kind of fun, right? Our Atlanta in real life. Okay, so yesterday we did Ponce City Market here in Atlanta, which vibes, right? And so today we're going to take you up the street to Buckhead. I think that everyone should check out Yepa. So hear me out. I know this is not like a hard to find, but if you're coming to the city or in Atlanta, Yepa's in Atlanta. It's in Buckhead Village, right in the heart of Buckhead, and it's Italian focused, but it can be fun for a happy hour after work. It can also be a fun girls' night on Friday or Saturday. They have these like tower of, not Cosmos, that's not what it is, espresso martini tower. So cute. So they just like there's like 5 of them on the espresso martini, but the pasta, delicious. So good. Can't speak enough to it. And I would suggest making a reservation, just because, especially if you were going to go after like 6, it gets popping in there. It's definitely like a popping environment. I would try to sit outside. It's a little loud on the inside. I'm showing my age. But if you can't get reservations there, Taverna is right like a few shops down. Also Italian, also very good. I suggest Taverna for lunch during the day, just because easy, you're in and out, very good. They used to have this mushroom risotto that was so good, but they changed the recipe, so I would go with the pizza if I go to Taverna. Anyway, back to Yepa. Very good. It's a vibe. I suggest it for girls' night. You can definitely date night there if you want, but I would suggest this for like a girls' night out. And it's just like a vibe. And I want to see your pictures if you do it, because it's definitely the place to go. I'm going to keep looking for different options, things for families, things for girls' nights. Send me your suggestions. I would love to hear where you guys are hanging out here in Atlanta. Yeah, all those things are amazing. Yes, the community moment today goes out to all of the people who are looking for jobs right now. I can't stress this enough. I know that the job market is very, very tough, and all of you are doing everything you can for the most part. Looking for jobs, applying for jobs, even people who are not out of jobs but switching jobs right now. It's just like a very, very challenging place to be in. And I just want to remind you guys to keep your heads up. You are going to find the right place for you to be. And I know that sometimes it can feel like nothing's going to happen, or that you can't do enough and you can't meet enough people. But I just want you to know that I'm thinking of you, and that the right position is going to land when it's supposed to, and that most of the time all of this stuff happens for like a very specific reason. So don't beat yourself up if you're let go or positions are eliminated. You will find something else that aligns better. And 5 years from now, this is going to be the smallest drop in the bucket that ever happened. We're bringing the mood down a little bit this morning, but I do think it's super important. And if you know people right now that are looking for jobs, keep your head on a swivel. Like, I send people LinkedIn messages all the time of things that I see, and try to connect people with anybody that I know. Like, and I tell people, like, sometimes referrals can come from a place of like, I really know this person and I trust them and I would hire them. And then sometimes referrals can be like, listen, I know this person and they're looking for a job and I can't vouch for them, but you should interview them and see if you think they would be a good fit. That way you don't have to be like on the bind if you don't necessarily know a person. But help a friend find a friend who needs a job. That's like number one on the community side of the house. Anyway, let's recap. We're almost at the end of the year. Make sure you guys are focused. Let's look back at those goals, write out exactly what we're going to do day to day to make small incremental changes. That way going into 2026, we feel really good. Like when you finally close your eyes on 2025 and you open them on 2026, you can be proud of the progress you've already made, knowing that you're going into 2026 with the ball already rolling. All of those examples that we gave a second ago. And then tomorrow we'll be right back here, because as you know, Seriously is a daily morning show. I would love to know in the comments down below what you guys are looking for. And as always, seriously, thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share it with your friends. We're just trying to start a little small community here where we talk about motivation and helping us be the very best versions of ourselves. And that starts with us building a community. So seriously, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.